Coinbase stock is exploding after a gigantic deal with BlackRock, which is the world's largest financial asset manager. The Coinbase stock is exploding, and we have a lot to talk about. So Coinbase closed around $80 a share yesterday, but this morning it rocketed up all the way up to $116.30 per share, and it's coming back a little bit right now. But basically what happened is we can see Coinbase made a tweet this morning saying, "We are proud to announce a partnership with BlackRock. BlackRock's Aladdin clients will now have direct access to crypto markets through Coinbase Prime." So when we read into this article further, we can see Coinbase is partnering with BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, to provide institutional clients of Aladdin, BlackRock's end-to-end investment management platform, with direct access to crypto, starting with Bitcoin, through connectivity with Coinbase Prime. So basically, the biggest whales out there, these investors that have millions and millions and millions of dollars, if not tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, are going to have direct access to the crypto markets, but all of this is going to be through Coinbase. So this is giant news for Coinbase, because those are some of the best clients you can get in terms of bringing in revenue, to the company. So that is gigantic news, and in turn, Coinbase stock exploded to the upside. Now here's the thing, it's up 25% right now, and the year has been wild so far. So when Coinbase first IPO'd, they ran all the way up to highs of around $430 per share. Then they went all the way down to lows of $44.15 per share. Right now they're around 100. So looking at the chart, they're still pretty oversold, but we have to look at it a little bit more to see if it's worth buying at these levels. So I'll say this, if you're looking at it for just a short-term trade, then yes, it has potential. If you're looking at it for a longer-term investment, then we have to do a little bit more digging. But looking at Coinbase, even if you are going to trade it for the short term, there are some important things to know. It does report earnings on the 9th, so that's next Tuesday, or I guess you could say Tuesday. This will be very, very important. Earnings almost always bring in a lot of volatility, and sometimes it can just boost the momentum of a stock, so it can, make Coinbase fly up even higher. But there have been multiple instances throughout history where earnings just completely reverses the trend of a stock. So earnings will be very important. You're going to want to keep your eyes on that. But overall, there's a ton of news and a lot of hype coming into Coinbase stock given this catalyst. And technically speaking, it still is pretty oversold. Now, looking at it a little bit more, Coinbase is only trading at a price-to-sales ratio of 3.2. This is very low for a company with a growth potential like Coinbase, especially given their margins. They have gross margins of around 76 to 85%. The net margins are all over the place, as you would expect for a company like Coinbase in the beginning stages. But we could see in the past they've had net margins anywhere from 17 to realistically 30 or 40%, which is pretty high. And they still have growth potential too. So the main thing to know is that Coinbase, in terms of initial valuations, is not looking bad at all. Looking at it a little bit more in depth, we can see that as of the last quarter, Coinbase has around $6.1 billion in cash. If we scroll down, they have around $3.64 billion in debt. So overall, not looking, they're under control there. Looking a little bit more into some of the fundamentals. Let's see. We could see that their revenue obviously has been exploding over the past couple of years with the giant run in cryptocurrencies. But since that run has calmed down in the cryptocurrency market, we can see how the revenue has started to taper off a little bit, which is just it's what comes with the territory. When you have Q1 2020 revenue at 190 million, and then you have Q1 2021 revenue at 1.8 billion, when you see giant swings to the upside, you're also going to have decent swings to the downside too. So looking at it overall, just off of a couple brief fundamental metrics, I've looked at this company before. It's definitely a company that I've had on my watch list for a while. I started to sell some puts on it at some very low strike prices, around $60 per share. Those got decimated, which was perfect for me. So I locked in, I think, 90% profits on those, which was awesome. My favorite way to play Coinbase right now is if you're looking at it for like a medium term trade, check out shorting put options, selling to open puts, not buying them, selling to open puts, but only do this if you're comfortable owning the stock. The reason I like this strategy right now is because implied volatility is very high and it's still increasing, which basically means the market is expecting this stock to be very volatile, which is a good thing because it means options are more expensive. So what you can do, the stock's at like $98 right now. You can go out to like the September 16th expiration, or you can go shorter term if you want, but like you can go to like, let's say the 60 strike put, and you can sell that 60 strike put and you can get paid around $350 cash today. The only downside is if Coinbase is below $60 on your expiration date, you have to buy 100 shares at $60 each. But it's like right now the stock's at 100, and if you want to own the stock anyways, it's not a bad idea to short puts. If the stock is above $60 on your expiration date, you keep your $350 and run. So there's a lot of ways to play it. Honestly, there is still a lot of momentum right now, so it's not horrible for a momentum setup. And there's a lot of hype flowing into it. But either way, this is a game-changing deal for Coinbase. It's going to be huge for them. And yeah, it's a big deal. So let me know your thoughts on Coinbase down below. And let's have a great rest of the day.